Hey, good evening. I wanted to take a second to share some of the information for the upcoming human trafficking training that we will be undergoing next week. So this training, first of all, is not for everybody. This training is for the individuals who will help us to actually run the event during the Super Bowl weekend. So this isn't for just the general volunteers. This training is for the people who will help us run the event during Super Bowl weekend. So what we're going to do is that Thursday night, we're going to start at 7:30 p.m. at Iglesia de Dios Pentecostal in Tampa. What we're going to do that night is that we're going to learn what human trafficking is, how it works, what are the statistics, and what it looks like locally. We're going to talk about, in a local context, what does human trafficking look like, and maybe even learn about some of the victims who we are going to try and find. Then that Friday night at 6 p.m. in that same location, so Friday night the 24th at 6 p.m. in that same location, we are going to learn about in-processing, about briefing and debriefing the volunteers who will then join us during Super Bowl weekend. Then that Saturday, the 25th, at 8 o'clock in the morning till about noontime, we are going to go out and we're going to walk the streets doing what those volunteers will do during Super Bowl weekend. We're going to go and we're going to canvass the streets. We're going to talk to business owners, gas stations, hotels. We're going to learn how to communicate what we're trying to do to those people. So that's the training of those 3 days. Where we also need your help is spreading the word about what we're doing during the Super Bowl weekend. So Saturday the 1st, we're going to go out with the volunteers, and this group that has undergone the training will do all of the in-processing, take all the volunteers in. They're going to be directed, okay, you're going to go to that area, you're going to go canvass this area, and that's what this team is going to do. Now, what we need is for you to invite all of the youth groups that you know, all of the churches that you know. This is open to everybody. Believers, non-believers, family members, youth of all ages. This is open to everyone because the more volunteers we have, the more space we can canvass. So we can be more effective with more people. So please invite everyone. We're going to start on Saturday the 1st. And that's going to be an all-day event. Going to go out there, going to canvass the streets. Whatever time each youth group or each group of volunteers are willing to commit, we'll take it. But the goal is that everyone's going to get an assigned area, go out and gather as much information. Then they're going to come back and they're going to bring whatever they find, they're going to bring it back. And we're going to debrief them. We're going to take that information from them, and it's going to be put into a processing team. Now, that Sunday, we still need volunteers. So I know all of us have church that Sunday. I'm hoping that most of us will be able to be excused from church so that we can also go out and volunteer on the streets that Sunday right before the Super Bowl. Crucial time. So if we can get, I'm not expecting everyone to be able to be excused from church, but if those that cannot be excused from church can even join us after service, that would be great, as opposed to doing what we would typically do on Super Bowl Sunday. So we're going to do that Sunday again, and then we'll be done with enough time for everyone to be able to go and enjoy the Super Bowl. But if we do this right, and if we work hard and we work together, we can impact our communities and we can impact the lives of individuals. We can literally save someone if we work hard and we work together. And I believe that with God's guidance and God's help, we will save someone. And for His glory, for His kingdom, this will happen. And I can't wait to rejoice with even if it was just one soul that's saved. So I want to thank you ahead of time for volunteering. I want to thank you ahead of time for serving. And I want to thank you ahead of time for caring. Please help us spread the word about Super Bowl weekend. And please join us during this weekend training next week. Thank you. Take care.